Hey everybody, it's Connie Stewart with simplysimplestamping.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me for a new simple stamping video. Hey, today we're going to be creating a pet sympathy card. Right? I mean, no one likes to make pet sympathy cards and we don't like to send them, but you know what? I do think sending pet sympathy cards are very important for a lot of people, including me. Those are like my babies. They're my fur babies. And so I wanted to share this stamp set with you. And it's called Happy Tales. Now, what I love about this one, it also comes as a bundle. So do you see, we do have a matching dog punch. And look, there's a little heart there for you too. And we don't want to forget about our kitties as well. And so there's also a stamp set called 9 Lives and a cat punch. We're going to make a very quick and simple card today. I say we head over to the stamp table and get started. Let's go ahead and talk about the supplies you need to create today's card. I have a piece of Sahara sand cardstock that is cut 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25 inches. I've got a few more pieces of Sahara sand. This piece here is going to be scrap, but I have it cut 2 by 4. I want to have enough room for my dog and to be able to get it in and out of the punch, so I did go a little longer. These 2 pieces are for my sentiment. 2 inches by 1 3/4, 1.5 by 1 3/4. And you see it's just going to layer kind of a tone on tone. I have a piece of the Wood Textures Designer Series paper. And this paper comes in a stack, 6 by 6. And I just found the color that kind of matched my Sahara sand. And I'm going to tell you, I chose Sahara sand to match the dog. So remember, you might be choosing another color. You might be choosing crumb cake or even saffron, depending on the dog. But I'm going to be using 2 ink pads today, soft suede and real red. Let's go ahead and start with our soft suede, and we're going to stamp our little dog. So we can ink that up, and we'll stamp that right there at the bottom. As I said, I went to the bottom because when I bring my punch in, I want to be able to have a handle. But before I punch, every dog needs a collar. And so I've got a little collar here, and we'll stamp that right there at the neck. I will stamp my sentiment. And remember, there are several sentiments in here. So these could be happy cards too, but pet sympathy cards are sometimes the ones that we need. So a best friend leaves a paw print on your heart, and then I have a little paw print. I do want to stamp off once because I want that a little bit lighter. You see, like that. Let's repeat that, and about right there. I'm going to set these off to the side because I do want to go ahead and stamp the inside of my card. And on the inside, I will say, so very sorry for your loss. And now I'm going to put a paw print right next to it on the right and the left. And then we've got a little heart. And I'm going to put that in real red right next to those paw prints. Isn't that sweet? I love it. Guys, I had a little camera glitch when I tried to share how to stamp the doghouse. So let me just show you really quick how I did that. And I'll just show you on some scratch paper. So I've got my soft suede ink. I'm going to ink up the doghouse. And just like you saw me do before, I'm going to stamp off some of that ink. I can stamp that there on my cardstock. Then we have the outline of the doghouse. I won't stamp off, and we can stamp that right on top. And you get that. Very, very nice. It adds a lot to the inside of the card. So now we can punch out the dog. Let's slide that into the dog punch. I'm gonna center it up. There we go. Now you notice it punched out a little heart too. Well, I didn't really want a brown heart, so here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to come back in with that heart stamp in my real red ink. I'm gonna go right on top of that. That's the beauty of photopolymer stamps. Makes it very easy to do. And I got off a little bit. It happens. Look at this. We're just gonna flip it over and try it again. Hey, that one looks better. There we go. All right, so we've got our little heart. So I'll bring my card in. I'm going to take my designer series paper. By the way, you notice It's 2 patterns on both sides, so just pick the one that you like best. So I will put adhesive here, add this to the front of my card. We can add our dog and our heart, but before I do that, I think I want to go ahead and put my sentiment on. Now, I wanted to give a little bit something extra to my sentiment, so I'm going to take that larger piece of Sahara sand, and I'm going to line it up here in the upper right corner, and then I'm going to use mini Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of my sentiment, and also one, you know what, let's go ahead and get one here in the center since these are minis, and then on my little heart, find the right side, the side that I liked. Oh my gosh, they're both pretty good. We're gonna go with that one. Let's remove the backings. I will place that kind of like a little frame. I like that. Let me put snail adhesive on the dog. We'll add our sweet puppy right there, and then our heart right there. Guys, sending pet sympathy cards are never one of our favorite things to send, but you know what? During a time of loss like that, it really is nice to be able to send a hand-stamped card. There you go, a very simple card to create, but one that's really gonna mean a lot to somebody. And I mentioned it in the video, but remember that dog, you've got a lot of different color options. If you've got a black lab, of course you're gonna do it in black, and you're probably gonna wanna do some embossing to get the dog to show up. But remember, you really actually have the opportunity to personalize this card for the person who lost the pet. Now, let's make it a happy card too, because we do have some great stamps and great sentiments in that stamp set that can just make someone happy as well. So it doesn't have to be a sad card. Now, if you'd like more information about today's card, here's what you can do. Head over to simplysimplestamping.com. Just look for the March 23rd, 2019 blog post. That's where I'll have all the details about the card, the measurements that you need. And hey, if you need the supply list and maybe you'd like to order that Happy Tales bundle, just look for the supply list. I'll have pictures of them there. It's so easy. Click a pic. It'll take you right to my online store. And guys, I would be thrilled to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So just head over to simplysimplestamping.com to place your order. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up on YouTube. I really appreciate having those. And if you haven't already done so, be sure to click that great big red subscribe button, and that way YouTube will give you notifications whenever I'm back with a brand new video. I'm going to close today, and guys, I hope you have some time to stamp today. Go make it a creative one, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.